YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? Wait for a couple people to come in. Sorry, y'all. I haven't been making. I haven't been making videos like I used to. I just been busy, man. I just been so busy, man. But it's either now. It's either now or later. So if I don't get this stuff done, I'm gonna be upset with myself if I don't get this stuff done. So hold on, y'all. Somebody being ridiculous over here. But yeah, I don't want to bore y'all too much. But I just been busy. Just some last minute things I'm trying to finish up in my life. So, but I'm checking in with y'all. Just let y'all know. I'm good. I've been getting emails from guys and comments from guys worried about me and stuff like that. I'm good. I'm in good shape. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate the love. I really appreciate it. I appreciate y'all, showing the love and stuff. So, I really appreciate that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It feels good to be loved, Strange people, you know. People I don't even know on YouTube, like, reaching out to me and stuff. I really appreciate that. But no, I'm good, man. I'm just been busy, man. It's, you know, I'm going back to school and stuff like that, so I'm just trying to, I'm going back to the drawing board and retooling and assessing my skills. So that's just what I'm doing. Sometimes you got to do that. If you go through history, some of the most successful people in the world, they have periods of ups and downs, and they go back to the drawing board and retool and and get their skills up. And so that's what I'm doing. Going back to school and retooling. That's all. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Sometimes sometimes I sit around and you know I just finished some classes for the summer, and I don't know if any of you guys took college classes during the summer. And taking classes during the summer in school is rough, because the classes move real fast, and you just constantly, like, every week you got an exam. Like every week, you know what I mean? It's rough because the class is so short, but it's all good, man. I'm just I'm going through some stuff right now. Got to retool, reassess my skills, and learning some new stuff, learning some exciting stuff. So the title of this video is called "Get Out This Truck, Get Out That Truck." I mean, I didn't really plan on making this video, but I had a minute and I started thinking about y'all, and so I was like, man, I need to make a video because my subscribers, they waiting around, want me to do a video, and I haven't talked to my subscribers in a while. So I was just like, I need a title real quick, and I just put that title right there. That's the first thing that come to mind. Get out that truck. So so that's what that is. Get out that truck. But yeah, I'm just going through a lot of things right now, a lot of things, man. It's just a lot of things, man. I'm going through some stuff in my marriage, my relationship with my wife, my trucking business. I'm going back to school. I'm going through some stuff with my daughter. Corona out here killing people. It's just a lot of stuff going on out here, and it's just it's just a lot of stuff going on. So, but I don't want to bore y'all too much. Let me make a little video for y'all, give y'all something to think about. So I'm not gonna sit up here and make like everybody should go to college, okay? Because college ain't for everybody. But I do think that having some skills at your disposal to be able to compete out here and to be able to stand tall out here and compete and be able to feed your family is really important. And so I'm not saying get out that truck, because if the only way you could feed your family is to get out there, if the only skill you got is to run a truck, by all means, don't get out that truck. But what I'm saying is like I've been saying before in my videos, like I've been saying a long time in my videos, you got to use this truck for what it is. We make a ton of money in these trucks. We touch a lot of money messing around with these trucks. You get a truck and trailer paid for, I mean, you made $5,000 in a week. All you got is fuel and insurance. and you put back a couple dollars for maintenance. I mean, you put back $500 a week. You put back $500 a week in a year. Let me get this calculator right here. 52 weeks times 500. That's $26,000. Now, if you got a used truck, you probably gonna have some maintenance. You're gonna have some breakdowns. You know, if you got your own authority and you got your own truck or trailer, you need $50,000 cash in the bank. It's gonna be guys on watching this video. Nah, you don't need that money. Okay, cool. But why do you think that way? Why do you think you don't need $50,000 cash in the bank? And I'm not saying that the $50,000 ought to be just sitting there, but you are self-employed. You are very, very independent. Your truck and trailer going down the road with your own authority. Shit, you should have $100,000 to $200,000 cash. But I say 50 because that's an obtainable number for most guys with their own truck and trailer. They can get that. Okay? And it's not about the money. $50,000 is not a lot of money. If you think for 1 second that $50,000 is a lot of money, you need to wake up and smell the salt. You need to smell the roses, because put it this way. Get up and walk out your door and look down your street. Look down in America. Go down any street in America. Go down, Main Street or any metropolitan city in America, and look around you and see how much money is around you. You really think $50,000 is a lot of money? No, it ain't. My house is worth about $150,000, $160,000. The house across the street is worth about the same. Okay? So between, if any of you own a home, and if any of you go to Kroger or a grocery store, you go in a shopping plaza, that shopping plaza is worth at least, a grocery shopping plaza is worth at least 15, 20 million. If you look at where you stand and where you exist in America, having $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 cash in the bank ain't no money. You're this small. And so that's the point I'm trying to make here. And so you decided to come out here and get a truck. What are you doing this for then, if you're not trying to make money? What are you doing this for? You scared to make money? Like, I be talking to guys, they scared to make money. They want to make money. They tell themselves, the thing is, a lot of guys, they get caught up in the chase of making money that they don't think like businessmen. They don't think like businessmen. You think a businessman is scared to go do a business deal, to think like a businessman? Like, it's like, okay, come on now, we gotta think. That's all I'm saying. So get back to what I was talking about. Because I done bumped into a bunch of guys, they be like, nah, man, I listened to your video, man. You said you need $50,000 cash. Yeah, you need more. We really need more, but $40,000, $50,000 cash is about what you need to run down the road, because you slip and fall in that truck, you get in an accident, you have a cargo claim, you got your own authority now. You got to buy insurance, tires. You a rolling business going down the road. And all it takes, 1 second, something happened, and you got to come out the pocket. You get hit with a fine, the DOT hit you with a fine, whatever the case may be, something you forgot. You forgot to file your IFTA taxes. You forgot that you got that bad tire on your trailer back there. One of your airlines got a hole in it or something. You got your own authority. You're your own carrier. You get hit with a $5,000 fine. That's a big fine, dog. Sitting up there with $10,000 cash in the bank with your own authority, that ain't no money. And so that's what I'm saying. You think a decent sized business out here don't have no cash reserves? You need to have cash reserves, a substantial cash reserves, a decent sized cash reserves to pretty much handle a lot of things out here. And so when we're talking about 50,000, I like 50,000 because it's a round number and it's a good, strong number for me personally, that I can buy tires without thinking about it. I can put my truck in the shop without thinking about it. You know, I can buy equipment without thinking about it. If my trailer gets smashed up, I can go buy another trailer for about 15,000 without thinking about it. You know, these are the things you have to do to maintain a business. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And so it's going to be a time where when you run in your truck and you want to pull back, say you want to, and see, like last year during Corona, when Corona hit real hard, when the government shut down the country, a lot of guys were still running. Trucking didn't really get affected by Corona. If anything, it got busier due to Corona. But there's some sectors in trucking that got hit a little hard, and so a lot of guys was talking about, let's strike. And I was just shaking my head. I was like, I know damn well none of y'all don't have the cash reserves to be able to sit your truck for 6 months. So what we talking about? Striking for 2 days? Striking, them brokers laugh at y'all. Striking for 2 days? Oh, you gonna strike for a week? 2 weeks? Nah, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do enough. And most guys don't have 50,000, 60, 70,000 cash in the bank. Most guys. That's few guys. Few of y'all watching me got some good, strong cash reserves. Some of you guys that watch me are businessmen, and some of you guys is watching me are just straight up truck drivers. Just that's all you know. That's all you care about. Getting that next load. You're not talking about, growing, learning and educating yourself and strategizing and thinking like a businessman. It's that's it. I'm gonna do this till 65. That's all I got. That's it. My truck paid for. I be bumping the guys with paid for trucks. Paid for trucks don't even have no real estate. Guys don't have no IRA, no retirement plan. All they know is they truck trailer paid for. That's it. Yeah, man, I don't even have to work that hard. I run 2 days a week. My truck paid for. So, I forgot the point. I forgot what I was talking about. My bad. But somebody said, "What about 300,000?" Yeah, that's good. Any amount of cash above 40, 50, 60,000 is good. So, I mean, you can have as much cash as you want, but the point is, I be talking to guys, and they think that it's okay to not have no cash and you running a business. You know, and you running the business. I mean, if you got 300K, if you got 300,000 cash, you shouldn't have it sitting in cash. You should have it invested. And that's a whole nother video. You know, so, you know, if you got 300,000 cash, you need to have that money invested. You need to have you a couple of duplexes. You need to have you a couple, put about 100,000 in some index funds, and have the 200,000 sitting in some real estate, and have another, and take about 25 to 30 like in a checking account as a revolving cash account for your business. Okay, so that you don't have to keep, you know, using credit cards and all this stuff. If you got 300K, you know, I hope you don't have 300K just sitting around, you know, because they call that dead money. That's dead money. That if you got 300K sitting around in a checking account, that's dead money. That money is losing so much money every day, is ridiculous. You got to have that money working. It's almost like, I remember listening to Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki equates unused cash as he equates using cash as a river. Okay, it's like a stream, a water stream. Okay, if you think about it, when you're sitting on the bank of a river, that's kind of like what when I was reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, he equates having cash in the bank not being used as you standing on the river. And business transactions, if you look at the river stream, it's always moving. The river stream is always moving, right? It's always moving. The river stream is equivalent to you putting your cash to work. You got to put your money to work. You ain't making no money. It feels good to see all them zeros sitting in the account, but you ain't putting it to work. So you got to put that money to work, man. Like, you can put that 300,000, if you do have 300K. I don't know if you got it or not, or if you're just saying it just to be on my videos, but just say it's a good example because I know people are watching my videos. If you put 300,000, if you got 300,000 into a plain old index fund, VTSAX, it don't even matter. Because I know some guys gonna be like, yeah, put money in this. It's like, stop. Do something with it, okay? Put it in VTSAX. You can put it in the T. Rowe Price index fund, okay? One of my T. Rowe Price index fund has made to date 30%, 28%. As a matter of fact, it has made 28%. Okay. So you put 300,000. Let me my calculator here. Times 28%. That's 84 grand in a year. And I know some of y'all be like, well, what about Bitcoin? I'm not talking about Bitcoin, man. That's too risky. I don't want to get it out. This video isn't about Bitcoin. I'm just saying, you know, because guys like to make this argument about having too much cash, as if there is a thing of having too much cash like that. Like I'm like, wait a minute. So you trying to say that's a thing, having too much cash? I don't want to cuss on this video, but I'm like, man, you work for a living. You need too much cash. If you got a truck and trailer, one truck and trailer, you need too much cash. You need it. You got to work for a living. You're not a descendant from the Trump family. Your last name don't end in Kennedy. Your last name don't end in Rockefeller or Ford. You got to work for a living. So that's all I'm saying. Like, as working class people, you have to, as working class group of people, most of the guys that's watching me, you're working class. You're not privileged. So you got to go and find a way to put money in your pocket. And in order to protect in order to protect all that, you got to have some cash to protect it. You slip and fall. If you the sole income provider in your household, you slip and fall, what that means for your family, and you don't have no cash to get you through recovery. You get what I'm saying? A lot of y'all independent contractors, got your own authority. Y'all don't have no insurance. I'm not talking about truck insurance. I'm talking about short-term disability. A lot of y'all don't have no long-term disability insurance. You don't have no savings. You don't have no health care. You're running down the road with no health care. It's just like all this stuff that you guys are doing. Yeah, you making money, but it don't mean nothing if you don't have no cushion to take care of you in case of an emergency. You can't make a business move. You can't make a sensible business move because you in a jam. Your truck in the shop. Say your truck in the shop, and the shop tell you, hey man, it's gonna cost $10,000 to get your truck fixed. You can't even make a good business decision because you're so desperate in that situation. It's just like, well, I don't have the money, or I can go on and on and on. Like, I bumped into guys, and it's like they make decisions based on that short-term thinking in that situation. And it's like, that's stupid, right? You know that's stupid, right? Like, for example, I got in an accident. You can go back in my videos. I was in an accident last couple years ago. I was coming through this small town, and this person ran a stop sign, and they got caught up under my trailer, tore them up. My trailer was tore up. My tandems was tore up. Good thing it didn't tear my trailer up. The frame of the trailer was fine, but it tore my tandems up, so I had to get new tandems. Now, I have insurance, but I wasn't going to do a claim on my insurance. Any of you guys know in trucking, you do a claim on your insurance, that's going to make your insurance go up. And when it's time to renew the next year, and you got to fill out your renewal for your insurance policy, and you got to send them your last 4 quarters of IFTA, you got to send them your lost claims, and you got to send them all that stuff. And when they look you up and you was in a car accident, your insurance going to go up because you did a claim. That's the first thing I thought about. But you know what? I had cash in the bank. So what I did was, I limped my trailer back to Georgia because I was in Alabama. I got in an accident in Alabama. It was a good 300-mile ride. I was up under a load. And I had to cancel all my loads. I was booked up for the week. I had to cancel all my loads. So immediately I started thinking like a businessman. I thought like a businessman. I said, okay, hold on. I'm not gonna do a claim. I'm gonna go ahead and limp my truck back to Georgia, and I'm gonna go ahead and pay cash and fix my trailer until the insurance company reimburse me for um, the repairs. The insurance wants you to do that anyway because they want to get an invoice on the repairs. Because if I didn't do that way, I would have been down. My trailer would have been down for about at least 2 months, because before the insurance even pay $1, before the insurance company even pay $1, your trailer gonna sit in the lot for about a month until they got to send an adjuster to come out and look at it. You got to get estimates on the repairs, and you got to go through all this rigmarole. It's the same thing as getting in a car accident in your car. It's the same thing. You got to wait on the insurance company. And in trucking, we're trying to make money, and time is money. And so I was like, man, I can go and get this fixed, and got this fixed. I got that situation fixed in 2 days. I was back on the road running. I ain't miss a beat. Okay, and so that's what I'm talking about. You know, that's what I'm talking about. So I talk to guys a lot, and like, I counsel guys sometimes. They call me and say, hey man, what should I do? What should I do? I was like, man, you should do this right here. You get back on the road quicker. He's like, nah, man, I ain't got the money right now. See, that's what I'm talking about. You running up and down the road and you don't have no money. It don't make no sense. It really don't make no sense. You know, it don't make no sense. You shouldn't be, and like a lot of you guys that are like first year, second year owner operators, you got a long way to go. You got a long way to go. You shouldn't be spending that money. Every dollar that you make for the next 5 to 10 years should be going back into your business. You shouldn't be spending a dime. The only thing you should be buying is bills at the house, keeping food in your refrigerator, and making sure your truck running for the next 5 to 10 years. When you get past that point, and when you mass a certain level of cash reserves and certain level of stability in your business has got seasoning on it, your authority's got seasoning on it, you get you some dedicated accounts, you get you a trailer pool, you leasing out equipment, you got drivers, you got a small fleet coming. Now you're stable. Now you can start spending some of your money. But I know some of y'all not doing that. First year in business, y'all spending y'all money. You're buying houses and charges. You go into the mall every week. And so that's what's going on. And then when your truck break down, you don't have 10 grand to get your truck fixed. You don't have 10 grand to put, you don't have 5 grand to put tires on your truck. Regular, ordinary maintenance expenses. Okay? Tires. You can't afford tires. You should be able to pay cash for tires because you go through tires every 4 to 5 years. Drive tires last a long time. You can get 4 years out of some drive tires. Trailer tires, I go through trailer tires a little quicker. Steer tires, my steer tires, I probably get like 3 years out of my steer tires. But you could get a solid 4 to 5 years out of your drive tires. And so you should be putting back $500 a week. You should be putting back $500 a week back for maintenance. Just put it back. In 5 years, you will have $100,000 cash. You could go buy a truck. You can buy You can spend money on tires and it's nothing. You should have it. You should have it. $500 a week. You making $5,000 a week. This week I made $4,800. This week I ain't even leave the state. Rates are paying so good. I'm running loads of $1,000 going 100 miles. I mean, really, I'm not even leaving the state of Georgia, and I'm making $1,000 a day. It's just, you know, anywhere from 800, 900, 700, 800, 900, $1,000 to go 100 miles, 50 miles, 120 miles. I'm not even leaving the state. And so you should be able to put back that money. You're making plenty of money, especially if your truck is paid for. And so the point, it's taking a long time to get to my point, because I have to give you guys a bird's eye view on how this thing works, because I can't give you just one part of it and like it's missing pieces of it. So I say all that, okay, get you $40,000, $50,000 cash reserves, okay? You put 10 in your business checking, you put 40 in an index fund. Because you don't need 40 grand, you don't need 40, 30, 40, 50 grand just laying around. You don't need that, just laying around, okay? You need that money to be working while you're working. And in an emergency, you need that money. The money has been done made money. The money makes tires. Like, I got cash in different types of index funds, right? Which it allows me to go to school. Like, these index funds make money. Like, these index funds, they're making tire money. It's paying for my college tuition. It's paying for, like, every 6 months, these counts making $5,000, $6,000 every 6 months. I just go on there, extract the money off of it and pay for what I need to pay for. And see, that's what I'm talking about. And it's the stuff I be talking about in my videos. Guys like be trying to make this stuff so complicated. It's not that complicated. Guys be trying to invest in Bitcoin and all this foolishness. Like, dude, stop making this complicated. You ain't gotta have no PhD in investing to put your money to work. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, the stuff I'm telling y'all in my videos, I need y'all to do it. You know, but the thing is, the stuff I be telling y'all want it to be like so sexy, like extremely sexy, like Bitcoin sexy. The stuff I be telling y'all, I be like, all you gonna make is 10, 11%. All you gonna make is 10, 11%. Y'all don't want the 10, 11%, but that's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna get is 10, 11, 12%. That's it. You doing too much work. Okay? Let me give y'all an example. Let me give y'all an example. Okay, I'm gonna draw a graph for y'all. Okay. I already did this before. But this is an example. It's just an example. All right. I should have waited till I get home to do this. But okay. This is a little drawing right here. This is the stock market. Okay, this is a graph of the stock market, right? See that line, that little squiggly line right there? That's an index fund. Okay, is this thing flipped? Can y'all read that? And that's Bitcoin. See, this is Bitcoin right here. Bitcoin go up and it come down, and it come up and it go down, and it come up and it go down, right? And essentially this is a gem right here. I'm telling y'all the game, okay? Essentially, that boring 10% index fund and that Bitcoin is all gonna get you to the same spot, okay? In like 20 years, it's gonna get you the same spot. You're not getting over. People be talking about how much money they making in Bitcoin. That is a temporary situation. Because once you done pay taxes on the money and all the fees and stuff, you ain't made no money. Because the thing is, you're not leaving it alone long enough to even see the amount of money that you're making. Okay? Say you bought Bitcoin, you put 10,000 in Bitcoin, and you made 30,000 on Bitcoin. Right? You made a $30,000 spread on some Bitcoin. You take that Bitcoin, now you got to pay taxes on it. You got the 30,000, 20% of it gonna go to the government. So now you only got what, 20,000? So now you got the 20. What you gonna do with it? Most of y'all not gonna invest it. No, you're not gonna invest it. Okay, you're not gonna invest it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the 20 and go buy something stupid. You're gonna buy a charger. You're gonna buy clothes and stuff like that. You're not gonna buy a truck. You're not gonna buy a rental property. You're not gonna buy something that's gonna maintain that growth. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what happens. That's what non-business people, non-human business people do. Okay? And that's why essentially that boring 10% index fund get you to the same spot as that Bitcoin. Because all this ups and downs that Bitcoin does, that index fund just cruising along, just cruising. Just like a Cadillac. Just cruising along. Going 60 miles an hour. Y'all truck drivers, I know a lot of y'all truck drivers that watch me. For example, you know when you be driving down the road, you set your cruise to 65. I set my cruise to 65. But then it's a guy that's flying by you. He be flying, he doing 75. Right? And the thing about it, he's so much in a hurry, like he get off at the exit, fuel up, get something to eat and all this, and jump back on the road, and then he pass you again. Have y'all been in situations like that where it's a guy that's doing 75 and he passed you about 3-4 times, and you just sitting up there going 65? You ain't worried, you ain't in no hurry. 65, you'll get there. You both of y'all going to the same customer. Both of y'all get there at the same time. Every time. I've been doing this for 13 years, okay? You don't need to go 75 miles an hour because you're only gonna get there. You're gonna get there at the same time. You plan your route, you fuel your truck up, okay? And you take your time and get there like a professional, right? That is you gotta have patience. That is the same thing that happens with y'all out here trying to be active investors, trying to beat the market. That's essentially what the same thing this is. So this is the guy right here doing 75 miles an hour. He keep pulling over, taking a peek. He you know. And so this is the guy right here that set his cruise to 65. He just cruising. And we get to the same customer at the same time. So you did all that huffing and puffing and aggressive driving in and out, shifting lanes and all that foolishness. You could have just got in the right lane, set your cruise to 65, and you get there on time. Less stressful. You ain't worry about nothing. And so that's essentially what I'm talking about. So, like I was saying, when I'm talking about all this stuff, to give you a bird's eye view of, okay, what are we doing this for? Okay, what are we doing this for? Like, what are you doing this for? I mean, really? Because I know some guys, they in love with their truck. They love their truck. Man, I pull up the guys. I be at the truck stop talking to guys. I be at the shop talking to guys. Guys love to brag about how much horsepower they got in their truck, how big their motor is. And I be like, man, I could care less how big your motor is. I want to know how big your checking account is. Do you have a retirement plan? Do you have some real estate? Because when that old truck Cummins, that 600 Cummins, that 600 Caterpillar motor blow up, what you gonna have after all this is said and done? Y'all know what I'm getting to. So the name of this video, I'm just saying, get out that truck. I'm not saying get out the truck, but you got to be intelligent and make a smart move and be like, okay, you know, you got to be a businessman about this. Don't let this trucking business will eat you alive, man, because it's like I find myself running down the road chasing loads, man, chasing loads, on the phone with brokers, chasing loads, arguing with these shippers and receivers. They changing appointment times on you. These brokers are not paying you. It's just like all this mess that goes on out here in trucking. Like, it will eat you alive. You just get stressed out. Don't let this business stress you out. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and make sure you got cash in the bank, and make sure that cash is getting put to work. Because I hate for y'all to come out here, run your truck for 20, 30, 40 years and don't have nothing. I'm bumping the guys all the time. They so quick to brag how long they've been running the truck. Yeah, I've been in trucking 35 years. Okay, cool. How much real estate you got? You got paid for real estate? You got mutual funds? How much cash you got in the bank? Nah, man, I don't know nothing about all that stuff. Well, what are we talking about then? Like, I don't want to hear none of your old war stories about all these places you done been to all over the country. I don't give a damn about that. I'm here to make money to take care of my family, man. And so, that's just what I'll be talking about in my video. But you know, is because this business don't care nothing about us. We just pawns on the chessboard, man. We come out here and move this freight for billion-dollar companies. We be hauling the stuff that be in our trailers, man. Like the stuff that be in our trailers, it be some amazing stuff. These companies are billion-dollar companies, and we hauling their stuff for pennies. You know, you got $1 million worth of product on your trailer. I mean, you know, all kind of stuff we be hauling out here, and like, we get pennies for it. We pretty much taking care of the country, and like, we don't get nothing for it. Yeah, we get paid for the load, that's about it. But when you get the money, you got to make sure you're managing the money right. You know? So, I mean, that's kind of like, you know, this is pretty much the same stuff I've been preaching in my videos for the longest. I mean, I don't mean to come on here and preach, but I just get it just hurts me to bump into guys, you know, 20, 30 years in this business, and they don't got, because we see the money, and there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. If you trying to tell me you can't put back $500 a week into an index fund, in a retirement fund, that's what you're telling me. You couldn't do that. You make $5,000 a week with a paid for a truck and trailer. I'm confused. I'm confused. You couldn't do it? $500 a week. $500 a week. You couldn't do it? So that's kind of like what, you know, like guys be trying to make this stuff way more than it need to be. It's like shit. I mean, to be honest, look, y'all can come out here in 10 years and do what I'm telling y'all what to do. Y'all can be millionaires if you put your mind to it. Guys out here with their own truck and trailer, come out here and run for 10 years. You can come out here and run for 10 years and you have $1 million in an index fund. The fire movement, truck drivers had access to the fire movement long before the IT guys. All the guys in IT talking about the fire movement because these guys are making $200,000-$300,000 a year at Google. So these guys are retiring at 40. Well, shit, if you're a truck driver with your own truck and trailer and you net after expenses of $100,000 and you don't have no house, no apartment, you run up and down the road, you can have $1 million. You can have $1 million in 10 years. And so, and the thing is, it's like when I be saying $1 million, guys be acting like as if they be counting their own money. No. When you invest your own money into the stock market, you get back more than you put in it. Say you put $200,000 in the stock market for 10, 15 years. You put $200,000 in the stock market, you're going to get back 5, 6, 7. So when I say you can have $1 million in 10 years, it's not all your money. Half of it is growth. Half of it is free money that the stock market made for you. And that's all I be saying. It's like guys can't, like, it's like, don't y'all know what compound interest is? Compound interest. Compound interest. Albert Einstein said that's one of the wonders of the world, compound interest. Look up a compound interest calculator. I done said it so many times on my videos, but y'all so doggone hard-headed. Compound interest calculator. Look it up. You can do it right here watching my video. Compound interest calculator. It's not a mystery. How do you think banks make money? How do you think Freightliner make money? How do you think Procter & Gamble makes money? It's compound interest. You think the board of directors, you think the board of directors that invest money into Procter & Gamble, you think they're not trying to make a rate of return? That's what that is. Rate of return. Compound interest. Okay, say you're an investor. Okay, you invest $20,000. You want to turn your $20,000 into $100,000. That's compound interest. Okay, that's what that is. So when you invest into the stock market, you investing into all American, world, global stock market. That's what are you doing? Okay, it's not some fictitious like magic in the sky. Okay, you put money in the stock market. You buy Pepsi stock. What do you think is going to happen to Pepsi stock 10 years from now? You think it's going to go down? No, it's going to go up. Pepsi has consecutively gone up over the last 40 years non-stop. Okay? Pepsi stock ain't going nowhere. Coca-Cola stock has gone up consecutively non-stop for the last 40, 50 years. Okay? Go back and see in 1960 what Coca-Cola Pepsi stock was worth. Now look at it, what it's worth now. You'd be a millionaire if you would invest it in 1960 into Pepsi stock. And it's just like, come on, y'all. When you invest in the stock market, you're investing in all American businesses, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a fictitious imagination, okay? It ain't backed by nothing. When you buy Coca-Cola stock, you're buying Coca-Cola. You're buying some... Coca-Cola has tangible, real assets. Coca-Cola has a brand. They have customers. They have trucks. They have buildings, office buildings. Coca-Cola has plant and equipment. They got... Bitcoin don't have a balance sheet. Okay? And so... but, you know, I can go on and on about this. But the point is, I need y'all to find ways to get out this truck. That's all I'm saying. You just got to find ways to get out this truck. You know. Because I know a lot of y'all are sacrificing a whole lot to go and run up and down this road and make some money. But it becomes a point where it's just not worth it. It's worth it to an extent, but, you know, to give your whole life away to it, it ain't worth it, man. Give it 5, 10, 15 years and get out. And get out. You know, and get out. That's all I'm saying. You know, trucking is a very lucrative industry. It's a very lucrative business. It's a wonderful business. I love trucking. But I'm talking about, like, for guys actually driving the truck. You know, if you're a fleet owner and you manage a fleet of trucks, you manage a fleet of drivers, that's something else. You sitting at the house doing bookkeeping and dispatching and stuff. You doing managerial type duties. You sitting at the house. You got a lot of free time on your hands. But for guys that's gone from their family and run up and down the road in the truck, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Let me look at some of these comments. Set yourself up before it's too late. Yeah, man. I put your chat last year. You put my chat. Hold on, y'all. I'm reading through these comments. Hold on. Tim Long made $220K off crypto in 6 months. Off 7K, not Bitcoin. Aldicoin. Okay. Okay. And see, this example right here. This example, that example right there applies. But the thing is, what I've learned when it comes to investing, you got to know when to get out and you got to know when to stay out. That's a very difficult task. Me personally, you got lucky. Let's call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is. You got lucky. You got lucky. Because you better believe there are people out here that know way more than you. okay? And I'm glad that you made a little bit of money, if you did make that much money. But the thing is, when you invest, you got to know when to get out and stay out. Because the problem is, when you do make some money, the natural psychological thing is, because you get addicted. And what happens is, when you make some money, you get addicted, right? And then what happens is, you end up going back in there and losing it. And so this right here applies, okay? Because you make the money here, and then you get back in, and then it goes down and you lose it. And then you got to work to get back to even break even. You got to work 10 times as hard to even break even. And so when you say you made 200K in 6 months, you got lucky. You got lucky. That's just what it is. Okay? Because we all know you didn't use no strategy when you sat down and invested in some crypto. You didn't use no strategy. There was no strategy involved. You didn't sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna make X, Y, and Z every day, right? Because like when I go and because sometimes I day trade, you gotta set proper expectations. You can't come on my video and say, hey man, I made 200K in 6 months. Well, you're not telling the whole story. How much money did you lose to make that 200K? Because that's not pure profit. You're not gonna sit here and say, oh, you made 200K off 7. Hell, you might have lost 400K. Okay? You might have lost 400K. To say that you made 200K, you're not telling the whole story. Okay? That's what I'm saying here. Because I'm an investor myself. I buy real estate, I day trade stocks, I got index funds, I'm in trucking business. I know the game. I understand, like, because people who don't invest, for people who don't invest, and you go out there and say, hey, I made 200,000. See, you can impress some ignorant person who don't know anything about investing. But when you talk to somebody who has invested, they know part of the process is winning and losing. That's just part of the process. And so when you say half the story and say, hey, I made 200K, well, in my mind, I'll be like, okay, how much did you lose? How much risk did you put up to make that 200K? That's all. That's because I have to address that. Because sometimes I day trade, right? I don't do it too often because I know what psychologically does what that do to me. Because you make the money and it gets addicting. You think you got it. And then the market will test you. You go up there and you think you got it. The market will test you and humble you real quick. Boom, you make 10,000. Oh, I got this. You get back in. Boom, you lose 20. It's like, okay, stock market. Okay. It'll humble you real quick. And so the thing is, what I've learned is when you invest, you got to know when to get out and stay out. Sometimes you got to take a break. So if you made 200K, the smart thing to do is to go buy some real estate or buy something that's a little bit more stable, or buy like a business or something, a trucking business, something that's stable. And then you kind of like tiptoe in it. Because what happens is, for people who never seen that kind of money before, and like they don't understand like the psychology behind investing, They get caught up in it. It's just like going to the crap table and you don't know when to get up, and then you end up losing 100,000. And that's what really happens. And so I'm happy that you made the money, but the thing is, it's like, okay, we got to tell the whole story. So, you know, you got to be honest. You got to tell the whole story. You can't just say, hey, I made 200,000. Yeah, but you lost 4. you still in the negative 200,000. So I'm just saying. And so that's because I invest. Okay. And so the thing is like, I done made money and lost money. And it's just, the thing is, it's like, okay, like with COVID, when COVID passed, like I made like $26,000 on my COVID stocks. Okay. But I lost some too. It was a couple of the stocks that actually went out of business because I invested to some oil stocks. Okay. I invested in a couple oil stocks. I invested into a tech company that went out of business. But see, the thing is, I didn't tell y'all that. It wasn't a bunch of money, but I still lost. It was like a couple $1,000s, which is fine. You just write it off on your taxes. But the thing is, it's like, see, that's the thing. It's like you got to be careful when you listen to people on the internet and they don't tell you the whole story. Your eyes get a little glazed and your eyes start turning into dollar signs and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, I can invest $20 and make $1 million. No, that's not realistic. You got lucky. That's not realistic. You got to have reasonable expectations. It's not realistic. That's all I'm saying. And so you can't say that, okay, I made 200,000 in 6 months, as if you can duplicate that strategy over and over and over again. No, you got lucky. You got lucky. Try to do it again in another 6 months. You probably couldn't do it. Okay? And that's the thing, you got to know when to get up from the crap table and leave. Come back and visit it another time. When you make some money, get up and leave. I done seen people who done made $1 million on Bitcoin turn around and lose it because they couldn't get up. They couldn't get up. They trying to get to 5 million. They up $1 million. They up $1 million. Ooh, I'm gonna take it to 5 million. Come on, man, stop. You up $1 million. You made enough money. You got to set your expectations. You made enough money. That's just general investing. That's just general investing advice. That's it. I'm glad you made the money. Congratulations. Take that money and put it into something stable. Do not go back and put the money back into Bitcoin, because the chances are you probably couldn't duplicate that over and over again for the next 10, 15 years. Okay? So if you made 200,000, okay, take that too and put maybe another 10, put like 10 back into a crypto. Okay, put 10 into some crypto or Bitcoin, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because what happens is a lot of guys, they'll make some money and then they'll put all the money back in it. You know? And so that's the honest truth about that. You know, that's the honest truth. You got to have realistic expectations. Realistic, real. That's it. You know, it's just being real. You know? And it's like me personally, you know, I have investments. I'm halfway to $1 million. I'm halfway to $1 million. There's no way that I'm gonna put that at risk. There's no way I'm gonna put that at risk. That's all I'm saying. So it's like, I'm not gonna put that at risk. So a certain percentage of it I will put at risk. Okay? So, you know, putting 10, 15, 20, $30,000 out there, some kind of investment, starting a trucking business, or putting it on some real estate or some cryptocurrency or something like that. Okay, that's fine. But it's not gonna be a point where I'm gonna be losing sleep over it. That's all I'm saying. That's, you know. All right, let me go back. No, I ain't missing nothing, Tim Long. I ain't miss nothing, because I know what it is, and so I've been down that road before. Okay, I ain't new to this. Okay, I've been playing around with this for a long time. I ain't new to this. Okay, I almost lost my whole life through this. Like, nah, because you got to know when to get up. That's the thing. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how long you've been doing this, but once you get like 5 or 10 years under your belt and you get a little bit of stability on you, then you come to understand, like, you're just not gonna put certain things at risk. That's all I'm saying. And so I ain't miss out. It's always this new hotness out here. There's always some new hotness. You know what I'm saying? There's always some new hotness to get into. It's just like, oh, it's like, nah. Because before Bitcoin, it was something else. And before that, it was something else. And it's just like, that's the thing, man. It's just like every week is always something. It's GameStop. It's Tesla. It's Bitcoin. It's always something. Like every week is something. And it's just like, you know what? Nah, I'm not doing that. Because the thing is, it's like, you can't get it. You can't get them all. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I can get them all. And that's the thing. People be acting like they can get them all. You know? And their eyes glaze over at that money and start chasing stuff. And then it's almost like you're sitting up at the crab table. Like, I almost lost my life through that stuff. And it's almost like you being an alcoholic. You know, it's almost like you being an alcoholic. You ever talk to one of them serial gamblers out there? And so essentially, that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. This has nothing to do with investing. I'm talking about on a psychological level. I don't need that in my life. It's like, I got enough worries. I done been through that stuff. I done been through it already. I done been through a divorce. It's a lot. And so I got my investments in places to where I can sleep at night. I'm good. I'm comfortable where I'm at. Like, you don't want because this is the thing a lot of people don't talk about. Like, you don't want your investments in a place to where you sitting up there worrying yourself and your family, you got to feed your family. You don't want all that. And I'm not saying don't invest. I'm saying you got to invest responsibly. It's kind of like drinking. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you can get on YouTube here and it be people talking about they made X, Y, and Z and all this stuff. It's like, dude, it's like, for a lot of people, this is their first time, like, investing and making some money. I'm happy for y'all to make some money. But the thing is like, I'm not new to this. I've been doing this. And so it's just like, you know, you know, Bitcoin come on the scene and everybody jump on Bitcoin. It's like I just shake my head because every week is a new hotness. It's a new hotness. You know. You know. But yeah, so what I'm saying is you just got to be responsible. That's all I'm saying. And so me personally, I just know I'm talking about on a spiritual, psychological level. Like I just, you know, nah. Anytime somebody bring up to me Bitcoin foolishness, I don't cryptocurrency, I don't even give it no attention. I just be like, nah, I just block it out because I don't need that stress. I don't need that. You know? And so, do I have some crypto? Yeah, I got some crypto. I got about $500 in some crypto. I don't lose no sleep over there. It just sit over there. I could care less how much money is made. But I'm not putting substantial amount of money into it. That's all I'm saying. You got to be reasonable. You know, should you buy crypto? Yes. Yes, you should buy it. Is it the way of the future of is it the way of the future of currency? Yes, it is. But it ain't stable yet. That's why it goes up and down. It's not stable. Until I see a cryptocurrency ATM on every corner, or if I go to a bank, or if I call my light bill, call up Georgia Power or the water company or the mortgage company, and I'll be able to pay a bill with some Bitcoin, then I'll get, you know, then we can really talk about something. But until that, it's, you know, we talking about, what we talking about? So, I mean, I know a lot of guys are disagreeing with me right now, but that's just my opinion. It's my life. Some things I dealt with in my life that I have to, because basically what you're telling me, like say if I was a alcoholic and I got like 5 years clean, right? Or I was a drug addict and I got 5 years clean. Essentially, you trying to give me a joint, or you trying to get me to drink. Come on, fool, folk. Yeah. Nah, I've been down that road already. And so, you know, I'm a relapse and I don't want to relapse. And so, man, boy, you know. And so, yeah, crypto is the future. But the thing is, it's like, many of you guys that are watching my videos don't have no business messing with it. That's just what it is. And so a lot of you guys are following people that you have no business following. You have no business following Grant Cardone. You have no business following what's the guy from Shark Tank? It's like these guys are billionaires. These guys are multi-billionaires. You make $50,000 a year running. You make $70,000, $80,000 a year running up and down the road in the truck. You make $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year running up and down the road in a truck. But you listening to these multi-billionaires telling you to go get into Bitcoin, get into currency. That's all I'm saying. Is crypto the future? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's the future. But I'm not putting my real estate at risk for some damn Bitcoin. You must be crazy. Because you buy real estate, I can collect rent in Bitcoin. I can collect rent in Cash Out. I can take Cash Out. I can take Robinhood. I can take cans for rent. You can take all sorts of medium for trade when you have some real estate. And so, no, not gonna do it. And see, that's what I'm talking about. So, if you're making money with crypto, you need to take every last dollar and dump it in some real estate. Because when this whole wave of stuff is over, Bitcoin, crypto stuff, when it's all over, you gonna have me in the back of your head like, damn, I should have listened to full vote. It sounds good right now. It's a temporary thing. You're getting a temporary high. You feeling good and you feeling good, and we'll see 10 years, 20 years from now. We'll see. Because the thing is, if you go back over the last 100 years, hell, you can go back over the last 1,000 years, mankind has seen all types of currencies. Okay? And I'm sure the dollar is going to disappear one day. Okay? It's just going to disappear one day. And so the dollar hasn't even been around that long. If you go back to medieval times when the dollar didn't exist, okay? And here we are talking about Bitcoin. And I know some of you guys have tunnel vision and you don't understand history. You got to understand like history. And so when you think about it at like that overarching view of the situation, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying. And like a lot of you guys, you only seeing right now, this minute, and you looking at, okay, Bitcoin. It's the future. Put my whole check in it. No, that's not a good idea. Should you invest in Bitcoin? Yes. I got some money in crypto. Yes, I got money in crypto. But did I put all my money in crypto? No. Do I suggest you putting all your money in it? No. Because soon as it drop, you'll be standing there looking crazy. And a lot of y'all don't have the mental strength to pull through the comeback. You know, when the price go back up, a lot of y'all don't have the mental strength to sit through that. You sitting up there busy checking your Robinhood account every 5 minutes. Oh, it's going up. Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's going up. It's going down. I don't got time for that, man. I got other things to do. Really. Got other things to do, man. I've got my crypto. It's sitting there. I could care less what it's doing. You know? But that's the deal. Let me see. Tim Long said, okay, 150% APR and DEX. Okay. No, I'm talking about my divorce that I'm talking about is my first marriage. Okay? I'm married now. Okay? But that's what I'm talking about. I'm 40 years old. That's what I'm saying. I'm 40 years old. I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but I'm just saying I'm 40 years old. And so when we talking about money is a very powerful thing, man. You can control people with money, man. Boy, you can control some people with some money. You take people money away from them, boy. That's all I'm saying. And so it, you know, it's, you know, I'm just saying, you know. And so that's the thing. It's like I make these videos, and like guys be acting like they know who I am and know what I am and who I am and all this stuff. It's just like I've been married 2 times, and so like, you know, I'm not trying to brag or nothing. I'm just saying it's just like, you know, so. But yeah, so I got an hour and 25 minutes on here. Let me try to scroll through some of these. Let me try to scroll through some of these comments. In case somebody asks me a question. How do you recommend to put into an index fund for a beginner? Well, the problem is you trying to got to have proper expectations. Number one, that's where you start at. Because if you tell yourself I'm trying to make serious money fast, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna be like this. You're gonna be like this guy here talking about he made 200K off of crypto. You gotta have proper expectations. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, go over here and do this, you're gonna make 100,000. No. Okay? The stuff I talk about in my videos are long-term strategies that can pretty much guarantee a very fruitful life, so to speak. So, stuff I talk about is very boring, so, you might not want to listen to me. You might want to go and listen to like another channel that talk about Bitcoin and stuff or crypto. And so you might want to look at one of those channels, because the stuff I talk about is like index funds, basic index funds that got a 20-year track record, 20, 30-year track record that make about 10% rate of return. And that's about all you're going to get. That's all you're going to get. And so when I say that, you don't understand. And like most guys don't understand. A lot of my investments have made 30, 40, 50% in the last 2 years. Okay? Most of my money has doubled in the last 2 years. My real estate went up 50,000. Each of my properties has went up 50,000. Hold on, about 40, 50, about 55,000 for each property. The house that I live in went up about 30,000. My stocks, they have went up. But I know that's a short-term gain. You get what I'm saying? And so I need y'all to understand, when I say 10%, 11%, those gains, those returns are based on 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I'm not talking about 150% on 6 months. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't want that money. That's taxed money. Because, okay, you invest in crypto, you make 200K, you got to pay 30% in taxes. So really, nominal gain is like, real gain is like 20% in your pocket. Net gains are like in your pocket 20%. And that's why I say, like, you only gonna get 10%. I'm talking about net gains in your pocket. Because once you adjust for inflation and the ups and downs in the valley, ups and downs and valleys and ups and downs, right? The peaks and the net gains in your pocket, you gonna, by 20 years is 10%. You can look at any financial graph. It's going to tell you that. You can go on Google Finance. It's going to show you that. Okay? A lot of my Bitcoin stocks that I bought, not Bitcoin, a lot of my Corona stocks that I bought last year, a lot of those stocks went up 40%. They went down. I caught them on the low and I rolled them back up. They went up 40, 50, some of them 70%. My Alcoa aluminum stock that I told y'all to buy, it was $7 a share. It went back up to $40 a share. I told y'all to buy that stock. I told y'all to buy that stock. But that was a short-term gain. But if you average the lifetime of that stock over 30, 40 years, it's only going to be about 10%, 12, 11%. And so when I'll be talking about when I'll be talking about setting your expectations, that's what I mean. Because I'm not going to say, me knowing what I know, I can't sit here and tell you, yeah, in 6 months, you're going to make 100,000. Get in VTSAX. That's stupid. If that's what you're worrying about, you need to turn my video off. If you're looking for fast money, if that's what you're looking for. Because nothing on my channel is fast. The world don't work like that. Okay? The world don't work like that. You know the world don't work like that. Nothing good comes out of getting something fast. You know that. That's just a spiritual truth. Okay? That's the truth right there. Nothing good comes fast. Okay? And if you think you're going to continue over 10, 20 years to make 150% gains on X, Y, and Z, you're crazy. You're crazy. Okay? Get it while it's good, but get the fuck up out of it and stay out of it. You know, dip and dab in it a little bit. Just understand you're going to get caught one day. You're going to get caught with your pants down. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be 6 months from now, 2 years from now. Boom! It's going to hit you hard because you weren't patient. Okay? And so it's, you know, it's like, and see, that's why I feel like I got to explain and in totality that, okay, I'm not saying if you buy an index fund, you only gonna make 10% in 6 months. That's all. That's not what I'm saying. Because the stock market is on fire right now. It's so much cheap money. The government has dumped a ton of cheap money in the marketplace and is inflating the stock market. That's why the stock market is at 30. The industrial average is at 35,000 right now. Because the government, due to Corona, the government has gave all these companies all this free money, especially in healthcare. That's why you can get a Corona shot for free. Okay? That Corona shot ain't free. The government is giving healthcare providers a kickback for giving people the shot. The shot ain't free. Now, you may not have to pay for it, but the hospitals, the Walgreens, whoever's administering a COVID shot is getting a check for every shot they give. So the healthcare sector, they're making tons of money. Those are government rebates that they're getting. The healthcare industry, the tech industry, they're seeing ridiculous returns because the government has dumped trillions of dollars in the stock market. And so I'm kind of giving you an answer to what kind of index fund you should be investing. Healthcare, IT. Industrials has been dead for a long time. Because industrials haven't been doing good since the Industrial Revolution back in 1920. Back in the 1920s, the railroad industry took off. They was Rockefeller was making tons and tons of money back then. And so now, today's industrial revolution is the tech industry, the biotech industry, the healthcare industry. Let me think of some other industries that are doing good, or sectors that's doing good. And so if you want to make, quote unquote, money fast, you should look into those industries. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not your financial coach. I'm just a guy on YouTube, so you can do whatever you want with that. But I can't tell you that it's a long-term strategy to be a wealthy person. That's all I'm saying. Investing in cryptocurrency is not a long-term strategy to being a wealthy person. That's all I'm saying. Most of the wealthy people have real estate. They have boring investments. They have real estate. They got money sitting in bonds. They got money sitting in a couple businesses. They invest in businesses, tangible assets. That's it. None comes. And so that's all I'm saying. You know, cryptocurrency is a get rich quick scheme. That's all. It's short term. It's not, you can make some money with some Bitcoin, no doubt. You can make money with crypto, no doubt. But you can't sit up here and make like investing in those things is gonna be a 20-year strategy. I'm not about short-term gains. That's not what I talk about in my videos. If you want to make money, good money, go buy a truck. That's more stable, You buy some crypto, you don't know what that thing gonna do. You go to sleep one morning and you wake up the next day and it's like it's out of your control. You know what I mean? And I know it's some science behind crypto. There's a lot of science behind crypto. There's a lot of revenue. There's a lot of push that's pushing crypto prices up to make the money that it's making. But that's just not what my channel's about. I'm not about short-term gains. It's a bunch of people on YouTube to do that. I'm not that guy. So please don't come on here trying to change like I'm not new. I'm not a new kid on the block. Okay, so I like to invest in boring, predictable, stable investments. And so boring, stable investments. These are long-term, boring, and stable investments. So real estate, some index funds, and educating yourselves. Those are the three things I suggest you invest in. And keep yourself educated so that way you learn and keep learning and reading and making sure you're competitive out here. Because these same guys on here talking about they making X amount of dollars from cryptocurrency, them same guys, they not gonna tell you how much money they lost though. Back when Bitcoin had dropped, Bitcoin just went through another drop. Okay, back when Bitcoin had dropped the last time, people were crying. People were jumping off bridges and jumping off of buildings and carrying on. And it's like, I done seen all this shit before. 2008, it's like back in 2008 when the market crashed. None of y'all wasn't saying all this shit. Some of y'all wasn't even born back in the 80s when they had the bank crash back in what was it, like 87, 80s, 86, 87, back where the interest rates were like, the mortgage rates were 15%. Some of y'all wasn't even born then. And so like it's all this got seasons to it. It's all this stuff is just another thing. And so like my whole thing is, if you guys do invest, make sure you educate yourself. Make sure you educate yourself before you invest in anything. Don't go invest in stuff just because your boy on Twitter throwing you this new hotness, right? You get your head taken off like that. You know, if you don't know nothing about it, don't invest in it. Learn about it first, educate yourself first, test it out a little bit, put a little bit of money in there, test it out, see how you feel, and then go from there. But that's just my opinion. That's kind of, you know, I practice what I preach. You know, so, you know, I don't go 100% all in up front like that. But that's just me, you know. I'm very careful, you know, because I done been through this stuff before. Like I done lost money before. That junk don't feel good. Sitting up there losing your money. It don't feel good. And then you trying to take care of your family and stuff, and you got to sit up there and lie to your wife that you done lost X amount of dollars and stuff. And, you know, it's like you got to take care of your family. It's like, that stuff ain't fun, dog. Everybody talk about the good side, but what about the bad side? What about all these guys out here that's losing money? Nobody don't talk about that part. And so I can't come on here publicly and make these videos like this and be saying, yeah, do this, yeah, 300% rate of return. Bullshit, dog. Because every person that make some money, you taking money from somebody else. It ain't no free money. Okay? You ever play cards? You ever play cards? Okay, say you at your boy house playing cards. It's 5 of y'all. Each of y'all putting $25 in the pot. Well, when one person wins, you taking money from somebody else. The stock market works the same way. You get what I'm saying? The stock market works the same way. And so, you know, and I'm not saying investing is bad. I'm just saying, like, the money got to come from somewhere. You taking the money from somebody. Just understand, every time you make some money, you taking money from somebody. So the money came from somewhere. So, you know, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, you know. But anyway, anyway, I'm up here running my mouth. 23 people on here. Got an hour and 43 minutes on here. But anyway, I just wanted to give y'all a video, give y'all some content, some stuff to think about. Just some stuff to think about, you know. But be careful. I just need y'all to be careful. If y'all out here investing, be careful, man. You know, be careful. Just, you know, be careful, because I know some of y'all got families to take care of, and like a lot of y'all, you know, a lot of y'all can't afford to invest tons and tons of money like that, you know. So just be diligent and be careful. And so if you got 5,000, don't invest the whole 5. Put 1,000. Invest 1,000. You know, my rule is invest about 15%. You know, I listen to Dave Ramsey, so, you know, I think you should invest, you know, 10, 15, 20%. That's a good number right there. 15, 20%. That's enough to where you can make enough money, but at the same time, it ain't all your money. It's a good, decent percentage. If you make 100,000, invest 15, 20,000. Because if you lose it, it ain't gonna take you out. You'll feel the pain from it, but it ain't gonna take you out because you got other money over here. You still got leftovers. It still allows you to learn something from that experience. If you put all your money up front, then you only got one time to lose in that situation. Is going to take you out. And some of you guys that are married, you got kids and stuff, I know some of y'all can't afford that. So, I'm just being realistic. That's all. Just being realistic. Now, if you're single, you can take all the risks that you want. You can do what you want to do. Go skydiving. You ain't got no kids. You can do what the hell you want to do. But somebody like myself, I got a kid. I got child support. I got a mortgage. I got a wife. It's like I can't make those kind of decisions. I have to be very careful on certain decisions I make as a man. Those are things a lot of people don't talk about either. But hey, I'm gonna cut this video right here and let that be that, and give y'all some food for thought and whatnot. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.